There used to be a place in Monterey Park called Mandarin Noodle House, the best bowl of beef noodle soup we knew for years. Then it closed, and we've basically been chasing that bowl ever since. So today, we're doing a San Gabriel Valley beef noodle soup tour. 8 spots, 1 video. If you're unfamiliar, beef noodle soup is braised beef, noodles, a deep beefy broth. We were fortunate enough to have a bowl once in Taipei. But this video isn't about crowning one best. It's about showing you how many genuinely different versions of this dish exist within a few miles of each other. At the end, we'll recap all the spots to help you decide which bowl or bowls you should go try.
Daiho in Temple City is a Michelin Bib Gourmand spot, and honestly, it's a name that most people might throw out first when you ask what the best beef noodle soup in SGV is. They're open from 11:30 to 2:30, closed Mondays, and yes, it's pricier at $20 a bowl. Let's see if it earns it.
What I look for in a really good beef noodle soup is the broth itself, deep flavor, the noodles not too soft, and the chunks of meat has to be very tender. This place checks off all the boxes for us. One of the places that are on the pricier side, it has good reason too.
Also, side note, there's not a lot of tables in here, it's kind of small, so be aware.
Smells delicious.
One thing that stands out is that they do beef chunks here. Really big, thick beef chunks. The broth here is a little bit more red.
Because it's spicy.
And it has like a very strong like star anise type scent. There's lots of green onions on top. Super noodleful. Still going. Still going. Before we do anything, let's try the soup. It equally has like a beefy flavor, but also has like this clean flavor as well at the same time. I think some of the other soup, because like maybe the fattiness, it makes the soup a little bit more like viscous. But this one, it feels light, but bold at the same time. I think that's the best way to describe it. And then almost with every bite, you'll get some of the green onions in it. So if you love green onions, this is perfect. The moment of truth is always, how is the noodle texture, right? Really good texture. I think there's a little bit more on like the thinner noodle side. For me, this is like my ideal.
This is the standard type.
Good chewiness, soaks up the broth really nicely. And then of course, one last thing, this beef.
I noticed that they only have one kind of beef noodle, whereas other places have the tendon combo, and this one doesn't have any tendon.
This beef here tastes like the next level. It's so soft. It's so nice and chewy. Barely need to chew. And especially if you like beef chunks, this is perfect. This is definitely on the pricier side at $20, but this is fantastic. It's so delicious. It's so satisfying. Even on a hot summer day, still delicious.
Next up is Joy's Express in San Gabriel, late night spot open till 2 a.m. with a menu that just keeps going and prices that feel like you're getting away with something. Let's see what their beef noodle soup brings.
This is their beef noodle soup. It is $10.99. It comes with an egg.
It looks more spicy in the photo though, so I was kind of misled.
Let's try the soup. It's a little hot. It's not spicy at all, but it has lots of beefy flavor. These noodles are like about medium length. It's nice and chewy and also soaks up the broth really well. Interesting that the beef is sliced. I think normal beef noodle soup is like chunks. It's good. This is a really affordable beef noodle soup, Taiwanese style. I think overall, because of the affordability, I was expecting it to be like not as delicious, but it's very delicious for the affordable price.
Yeah, they really nailed both. And also, I think it does take a little bit longer to come out, but it comes out well prepared, nice and hot, and good flavor.
Yeah.
So it's worth it, worth the wait.
You need to try the soup.
Yeah, sorry. The rule is always try the soup. I saw what you did. You transferred the soup to your own spoon. The soup is still very hot. Came out like 5 minutes ago, but that's a good sign. But there's other things in here, maybe some minor spices. That changes the taste of it. It's very dark.
I like that it's not too salty.
But let's try it with that tendony piece. The beef is really good. It does soak up the broth flavor, like you said. The noodles are a little bit softer, but they still taste good. I think it has a good chewiness. This is pretty awesome. Next up is Pee Pee Pop in Monterey Park. It's a Taiwanese spot slinging noodles since 2010, with a full lineup of snacks like popcorn chicken and beef rolls on the side. This is about as classic as beef noodle soup gets in SGV. So let's check it out.
This is the spicy beef noodle soup. This is what Taiwan is known for. Ooh, look at the braised beef. And this is the spicy version. They have other versions that are not spicy as well. It has some bok choy. This is a darker soup too with egg noodles.
Super duper noodle pull, look at that. Oh, I almost broke your number 1 rule. Try the soup first. I feel like this one is more mild. Like there's a moderate amount of beef flavor, but it's not like the first thing that you notice.
Is this spicy though?
I would say it's also moderate in terms of spice level as well. To me, I feel like the noodles are like slightly on the softer side. I think the beef is the winner here. It's super tender. Because the soup is a little bit more mild, having it with the beef makes it perfect. It'll give you like that perfect bite along with the noodles. So I would definitely get this one again.
These are long noodles. I didn't notice any tendon in here, but I saw the tendons were $9. It's very light in beef flavor. I prefer it to be more bold. The beef is good. The spicy is not very spicy, but it does linger a little bit. The noodle is not that soft. I was expecting it to be softer because you said it was soft. But I think it's the perfect texture.
This spot is Hui Tou Xiang in San Gabriel, one of the most respected dumpling spots in SGV. We never actually tried their beef noodle soup before this visit, and they recently opened up their dining room for sit down with real bowls and silverware, whereas previously it was all to-go boxes. Look at this beef noodle soup. They packed it all the way up to the brim. And this is the soup. So I like that this noodle is thicker. Look at these chunks of beef. 3 whole huge chunks of beef. Spicy beef noodle soup. Look, they give us this huge thing of chili oil.
So check out this noodle pool.
I love that thick noodle.
Nice thick noodles. Look at this beef right here.
And it's a little bit red because it's spicy.
You can kind of see like the oil that sits on top of it. And noodles have a really nice chewy bite to it. And it does soak up some of the spicy flavor and the beef flavor within it. We gotta find out if the beef is good. This is so good. Because it's so tender, it's like soaking up all of the soup. How could this not be good? It's so good.
So beefy. There's a lot of great locations in SGV for beef noodle soup. And I think this place might be top 5. If you guys know, you know, there used to be a Mandarin Noodle House in Chinatown. I used to go to that Mandarin Noodle House in Chinatown every weekend with my parents, and they made it just like this. I miss that location. Definitely do not miss out on this noodle. It's so good.
Corner Beef Noodle House in El Monte is a total hole in the wall that's been making some of the most delicious bowls in SGV for more than 10 years. The broth here runs deep and rich. Fair warning, it also runs salty. Let's see if that trade-off is worth it.
Try the soup.
It's definitely on the saltier side, for sure. I don't think it's like overly salty though. It has a very, very deep, rich flavor. It has a little bit of spice, heavy beef flavor. And then we opted for the regular noodles instead of thin noodles. So more Lisa style, but these look perfect, so I can't complain. So if you can't handle it being like too salty, the noodles are perfect. It soaks up just enough.
Tendon.
Soaks up the soup perfectly once again. Incredible texture. I love this. Now let's try the beef. The beef and the tendon slaps the hardest in this whole dish. Okay, I get the hype now. This is really, really good.
The noodle soaks up the soup. It gives it a nice savory and spicy flavor. The beef, so tender. This is the beefiest beef ever. I think my favorite part is the noodles though. This is the perfect noodle. This tendon is so tender. I can't get enough of this noodle. I give this an 8 out of 10 because just a little bit too salty for me. Yeah.
Jiao's Bao is in Temple City. This one's actually known as a dumpling spot first, but they've got a beef noodle soup on the menu too, and we were pleasantly surprised by the flavors.
Special beef noodle soup with tendon. You know we love our tendon. Is there anything more comforting than a bowl of beef noodle soup?
On a nice cold 80-degree day.
I can eat it even when it's 100 degrees outside. Got it. Drink the soup first. Not as beefy as most places, but it does have a little bit of that beef flavor. Has more of a chili and tomato-y flavor actually. Perfect doneness for me. It's like not too al dente, but a little bit over. And it soaks up the soup really well. Super flavorful. Let's try the beef. Big chunks. Just a lot of chunks of beef in there. Tender. This is so comforting. I love all the veggies. I love all the cilantro. I think the star of the show to me is the noodle. This would be a 9 out of 10 for me because it's not too salty too. The flavors is really balanced.
Beautiful. Let's see. There's some good complexity in there because it really isn't as beefy, but it has a little bit more of like slight kick slight tomatoey, interesting herbs, but they like come through very subtly. I think overall it's like a decent kick. It's very interesting.
It's different from the Taiwanese version.
I know why you like these noodles. It's like Korean ramen.
Yes, it tastes like jin ramyun.
It's exactly what it is, but not fried. It'd be like if it was natural.
Yeah.
These noodles are fantastic. That's exactly why.
It's so bouncy.
But look at this tendon. Oh, this is so beautiful. Guaranteed to always be good. And it soaks up the flavor of the soup really nicely. Sometimes you get beef slices, sometimes you get beef chunks. Here we got beef chunks.
I think I prefer beef chunks.
But I wouldn't be mad if it had beef slices in this one because the tendon pieces are so thick and chunky. The beef is really good and very tender, and it's so thick. And it also picks up the soup flavor really well. This might be the top 3 in terms of beef noodle soups for us in SGV.
Taipei Ilji Noodle Shop out in West Covina is at the Haven City Market. Their whole thing is a 16-hour bone broth, and their beef brisket noodle soup has become a bit of a local favorite. And that brisket is the reason why we're here.
Brisket beef noodle soup.
They have the OG one, and then they have this brisket one. So the OG one, she said that they use more lean beef. This one has the brisket, that's the fattier beef. Huge pieces, ginormous pieces of very generous brisket. And this soup is calling my name. Oh, this soup is so deep in flavor. It has a tomato flavor too. Beefy, tomatoey, a little bit sour. It has 3 halves of a bok choy. We added the soy egg for $2. I'm gonna try the beef before I try the noodles. Oh my god. It is so tender, so fatty. It is packed with flavor. Very deep, beefy flavor. This noodle is cooked perfectly. It's not too soft. And they also offered some chili oil, which I'm probably gonna add because I love spicy beef noodle soup. Wow. Why have we taken so long to come here?
To me, the star is the brisket and the broth. This is really unique. I feel like this is really different from most of the other places because maybe the brisket kind of like changes the properties of the soup. It doesn't make it like super fatty or overly salty. This feels like the sourness kind of like balances it out where it's not too extreme in the salty or the sour. Upgraded and got the egg because it's egg, braised egg, not just any egg, braised egg. It's nice, it's cooked really well. It's not fully hard boiled. And it does have kind of like that braised flavor in it. I think it goes well with the noodles. This is such a win.
Last stop is Tasty Meat in Alhambra, still in soft opening when we filmed. This is a Xiangyang-style beef noodle soup, a regional dish from Hubei province that we don't think anyone else in SGV is doing. Fair warning though, this one is spicy, like Spice Challenge spicy. We didn't even attempt to drink this broth.
Cilantro and onions. You can add extra if you want. The soup is so dark. Oh, there's bean sprouts and the noodles are thinner, and there's an abundance of beef shank slices. So this style of beef noodle soup is from Xiangyang. It is in the Hunan province. We got the medium spicy. It smells really spicy already. The difference between this one and the Taiwanese one is this one has like a more spice forward, whereas the Taiwanese version is more beef forward. I like this noodle actually. It was a really good noodle. And the spice, the chili is really peppery. I didn't drink any soup because we don't have spoons. I don't think we're supposed to drink it. It's really oily. This beef is so good, so tender, thinly sliced. It soaks up the soup a lot. I would definitely come back. The spice is lingering in my tongue actually. So if you're not a spice lover, get the mild. This is very addicting.
So after doing a little bit of research, we found out that these are basically like breakfast noodles in the region. I don't mind having this for breakfast. You need to have a little bit of spice for breakfast, right? Spice hits you instantly. So like, if you look at these noodles, you see like speckles of chili everywhere. You instantly like inhale that and you get that crazy numbing spice. Really delicious. I think the good thing is that the noodles, they have a very, very like good chewiness. They taste very soft, and because they're thinner, you get like a good mouthful of it. But at the same time, you get a good mouthful of all the spice right here. The crazy thing is beef just goes all over the place. For $15.99, I feel like this is a really good deal. The beef texture is really good. It's really nice and chewy. I feel defeated already by the spice. I like this a lot. But also now that I'm eating a little bit more of it, you taste like some of the cilantro and like a little bit of the green onions. But wow, that spice, it just kills you. I gotta say, we're approaching spice challenge levels of spiciness here. I'm sweating like crazy. It's a good thing they gave us some ice water. Yeah, so if you need a challenge, we dare you. We dare you to try this one.
All right, here's a quick recap. If you want the best value, go to Joy's Express in San Gabriel. Big portions, small price, open till 2 a.m. in the morning. If you want the most classic, no frills bowl, go to Pee Pop in Monterey Park. If you want a low-key spot most people sleep on, go to Huitouxiang in San Gabriel. If you want a deep, rich broth and don't mind it running salty, go to Corned Beef Noodle House in El Monte. If you want the crowd favorite, the Michelin guide pick, go to Daiho in Temple City. If you want something that doesn't taste like anything else on this list, go to Bao in Temple City. If you want possibly the most delicious cut of beef, specifically brisket, go to Taipei OG in West Covina. And if you want a real spice challenge, go to Tasty Meat in Alhambra. Now, we know this debate never really ends, so head over to eatinsgv.com, where we've got an evolving list of the best beef noodle soup in SGV, and you can vote or nominate a spot we haven't covered yet. Speaking of which, Mandarin Deli in Monterey Park is a spot suggested by Angel as the best beef noodle soup they've ever had, so that one's already on the list for part 2.